Welcome everyone, this is Hipnozer and that's another episode of the gaming exploration presentation series. Here we want to talk about a rather important topic, and that is the profit distribution in our gaming world. As we soon see, the profit is a rather important metric that makes our exploration worthwhile. But first, let's mention the things we will talk about today. First, we will introduce the topic. We will talk about who profits in our system uh, and whether it's truly ours, because that's also up for debate. We will mention the profits of tech companies and also profits in our Minecraft world. We will say why the profit needs to circulate to the bottom. We will talk about partnership deals, whether it's signed or informal in our gaming world, and we will end up with the sort of an attempt to find a solution in for all those things. Okay, so let's start with our introduction. So, if we want a successful exploring channel, we need to have like some sort of profits in the long run. Also, we want to talk about profits because channels that are small, below 1000 subscribers, struggle to find support and oftentimes need external funding, which of course is possible to get. However, that's a difficulty they have to deal with. Okay, so let's talk about why we need profits. So here we see an example of an endless void superflat world in Minecraft. Mm, there are no structures in here and no blocks in here, which means that this world doesn't this kind of world doesn't support exploration, because essentially there is nothing to explore. In other words, there is nothing that is supposed to offer profits for our cause. And to have something in the world, we need some form of a generator that creates things that possibly give us profits. Of course, there is also a different approach. Instead of generating the world, we can use like console, advanced game modes, world edit to essentially expand the spawn outwards. That is also the approach. However, with this approach, major parts of the structures stay close to spawn, and areas far away from spawn oftentimes never get anything built. So, so that's one place where we might need profits. Um, but our world is not in a vacuum, it's in a capitalist system ruled by the corporations, and those corporations have owners, shareholders, and some senior workers or executives And these are the main people that receive the profits of the company. So, speaking of owner, the owner of this channel is Hipnozer so far, at least for November 2025. Technically speaking, it's not November because the presentation was made yesterday when it was November. Right now we have December 2025 and it's still up to date. Okay. So, this is the owner. That's my skin so far of the Todd McFarlane Spawn. Okay. So, and as we see, I'm standing in that void super flat world, because as we see, the empty world doesn't provide any profit themselves. If we want to have structures, we need to build them ourselves or place them with commands from the console. So, with that in mind, let's now switch slightly to the profits of current largest tech companies. Let's start with the profits of Microsoft in the last 10 years. As we see, they are rapidly increasing, both quarterly and trailing in the 12 months. We also have profits of Google or Alphabet going up and reaching many billions, as we see over here. We also have record profits in the Nvidia and the AMD corporations or firms, also rapidly going up pretty much entire time. But our world is and our channel is also aiming for profits. Here we can see the profits at the world free that are gained from structures and mines in the underworld. We can see some diamonds, golds, and some lapis here and there. Okay, so we are gaining profits, and those profits, both in the Minecraft and the real worlds, are quite large. But in the real world, there is one problem. Those profits are staying at the top in the hands of owners, shareholders, and executives, and they struggle to circulate to the bottom, especially at the time when companies reduce hiring. And here we have 4 major reasons why profits need to circulate to the bottom. First of all, if we don't spend money, we don't have sales. If we don't invest in skilled workers, we have no next product. Of course, there is a little bit of caveat to that, because we have automation, and automation can create product. Nevertheless, the fact is that somebody still has to buy this product. Okay. No. Now, of course, we need creators on the platforms like, for example, YouTube, and this channel aims to be, or at least hopes to aim to be a long-term creator. and we really hope it will get to that. Now, of course, if we don't circulate, the entire system starts to rust and doesn't function properly. Okay, so with that in mind, so what we've talked about is that the tech companies have horrendously large profits. Yet, despite those profits, the hiring in the IT department is actually decreasing in 2025. Uh, so that's one of the reasons that the profits stay up, and of course that's also the matter of social programs, not just hiring, but it also contributes to that. Okay. On the other hand, however, our channel is increasing hiring, and for the channel, it's horrendously important that the hiring feels like a partnership, and it's also how the job market should work. The partnership is long term. Meanwhile, when one person is on the top and the other always feels inferior, that inferior person is losing the incentive to push forward. That's why it's important to have a partnership deal, like in a partnership help with venue Sunkers in League of Legends, support of Legiony Polskie in Warhammer, but also protective bots in Minecraft, and of course cooperation with the console, and cooperation with Makarab family, High Gods, Lord Gulderce, magicians, and many other things, and of course the acolytes of the First Day Gathering. And these guys in the number 5, they have a signed deal. You've seen those deals on shorts when we signed a pact with them that was mutual cooperation in exchange for something. Okay, so here we can see our partners in the World 5 table. Here we can see Hipnozer and Venit playing together at the bot lane. And here we can see the guild right in Legiony Polskie 4. Okay. And all those things aim for a partnership essentially, and the cooperation between interested parties. So, how do we bring profits to the bottom? Now, there are no easy answers. Now, we might try to get into investing, but it's not so simple. We need to understand what we do so we don't lose the money. There were many scandals and controversies regarding the investing stuff. So we need to be careful here. No, doing jobs for a payment, we might try. However, the recruitment process is not so simple these days, so again, rather difficult option. No, yes, dealing with public data is one option. That's written in a pretty general way, but that's the third option. Mm, no, yes, generating content is a pretty important part of it, and that's what we're trying to do on the channel. No, now, and the fifth thing is, well, yes, unions pushing for some sort of profit share. That is another thing we might do. So we have the solutions, sort of. However, they are quite complex and require a lot of effort to be moved forward. And the world is rather reluctant to make those things work. So, well, again, we want to aim for them, but that's a long way to go before they fully start working. Okay, so let's try to sum up our presentation. So, as we said, that big tech companies have record profits, while juniors and beginners struggle to profit from those profits, if I could say so myself. So, if the cash stays at the top, the people at the bottom will lose the incentive to put the effort. So that's why it's important that at least part of the profit goes up. Just to make myself clear, I'm very far from being a communist. I know, for example, that a common toothbrush is not a thing. It's most probably not going to work. So, in the end, one common house for everyone is probably also not supposed to work. However, some part of the profit should go down for essentially a healthier working class and a healthier society. Okay, so with that in mind, I think we can end it right here. And soon some more Let's Plays are coming to the channel.